Hi everyone, Rom5F1. Today we have another PewDiePie project. We're going to take some of the most awesome face pictures of PewDiePie and we are going to turn him into a scary hydra. We're going to take 6 of his pictures and we're going to turn him into a very, very scary monster. So here's one of these pictures. Really nice. Really great facial expression. This one we've already seen. This one is just awesome. Just look at it. This one had to go in this collab and this collection, and this one's, yeah, this is, we should call it dopey, and this one is also just too great. And we're gonna see what we do with this one. This is obviously not PewDiePie, but you know, he could fit in here somewhere. Here's the picture of the hydra. I'm going to show you a full picture shot at the end, but right now let's just get going. Let's just get our GIMP software up and we should be ready to have some real fun with one of the great YouTubers out there. And let's see, this doesn't work, and I should find this program somewhere else. So the idea is that since PewDiePie has so many different faces and he has so many different emotions and so many different characters that and so many different states that he represents when he does his videos and does all his content, that we kind of want to use the hydra to symbolize this. Hopefully in a good way. This is not meant like a bashing or a flaming. This is meant to show that, symbolize that PewDiePie has so many different aspects and so many different emotions that it's really amazing. And hopefully when GIMP is loading up, we should be able to get it going. Let's open this thing up. Let's get going. Let's shift through these files. Let's find the right stuff. GIMP, of course, always throwing everything apart, always throwing a tantrum at doing something, but we should be able. Yes, there is our hydra. There's our nice big hydra. And put it down a little. In the end, I will show you the final result, but now let's just get going. Open up the first picture, and which will it be? I enumerated them, so it should be kind of obvious in which order we do it. But let's see. I have to wait a little bit. This program is always loading up, and yes, this is nice. This is what we are going to do. This little PewDiePie face is going right in there. We are doing it right now. Look at this. Look at this expression. Look at these loving, piercing, with this eyes piercing with lovingness. It is just amazing. And we need to find out how to scale this whole thing. That's the thing with GIMP. You have basically two variables when it comes to the size of an image. You have to see how big you view this image. If you view it at 100% or 200% or 60 million%. That's the question. And you have to see how the picture scales. So we want to do basically 2 things. We want to take these PewDiePie faces. We want to first measure them. We want to see how the picture, how it is right now. And you see, oh, this is a bit too big. This is one of my favorite PewDiePie humor faces. One of his favorite faces, but this is too big. We need to put it down a little bit. I know. These pictures are also hilarious. They should be like 250% scaled up, but for this special thing that we want to produce, we want to scale them down a little bit. So let's hit those sliders. It's really easy. You can just go to Google and search for GIMP, and you can download it for free, and you can do your own stuff. It's really nice, and it's a really great way to do funny little pictures. So this should be about the right size. Yes, it should be about the right size. And we always want to view this whole thing a little bit bigger, because viewing it bigger just makes it look bigger, but it does not scale the picture up. So it is the same scale as it is right now, but this will be easier to cut out. We don't want to post a whole PewDiePie picture. We just want PewDie's face. This is what we want. Of course, PewDiePie has a great body, but for this project right here, we just want his face. And this should be about right. And now we need our little cutting tool. We need, of course, to be careful not to cut off PewDie's ears or anything that we need, but we need to cut out all the background stuff. We just need this glorious face. the glorious, I don't know what it is it a surprise face, or is it something like, give me that, this is PewDiePie's. Anyway, just saying again, this is not a bashing video, this is just a fan art video, so hopefully no bad emotions will be evoked, and hopefully we can get all the nice emotions depicted in these pictures into our Hydra, into our nice PewDiePie Hydra. So we should use some tools, and there should be some tools somewhere. So the idea is to use some scissors, some virtual scissors, to cut out this picture and to just get his nice emotions. And you do this by dragging your mouse over the face. Just look at these eyes. Look how he's staring at you. He's staring directly into your soul. Directly into your soul. It's actually amazing. It is actually really amazing. I think when you see this picture, there are only two possibilities. One is very bad case of diarrhea, and the second is I want that. So you might ask yourself, what is Pewdie wanting here? I don't know what he's wanting in this picture, but in this picture here, he wants everything. He wants those adventurers right there. Here in the PewDiePie Hydra picture, he wants to rack some face, and he's giving his own face, and we should be. Does this fit right here? Does this fit right here? I want to make a realistic Hydra, PewDiePie Hydra feel, which is of course a little bit silly because there is no PewDiePie Hydra, but there will be. Once we are done with this, I swear to you, the biology books will have a new entry. They will have a PewDiePie and a PewDiePie face. So let's fiddle a little bit with the scaling. But seriously, this picture alone is so great. It should be scaled up 350,000% and displayed at some very big place, maybe at a mountainside, because it's just so nice. And we should be quite good. We should be done with this picture right now. Put it away. And yes, we need some connection here. We need to make it connect. But first of all, this should be really nice. Let's load up the next picture, which is also very hilarious. And it's this one. This one is also very nice. He is looking down at something. I forgot. I think I knew at some point, but I forgot. I'm so excited about this stuff because we are going to make the second PewDiePie Hydra head. We are going to include this. And look at these evil Greek monster faces. So they're not Greek, but they're from Greek mythology, of course. And this Hydra is hungry. This Hydra wants to gobble up some adventurers. And look at Pewdie. He is hungry as well. He is possibly seeing something in his lap, something very tasty, some pie, some PewDiePie pie maybe. And we are going to take his face this way. And again, it looks really great, this face, but this is too big. It needs to be scaled down. It needs to fit on the head of the Hydra. It needs to actually fit into this picture. And this is why we are going to get back and fiddle around with the tools. One of the ideas is maybe that we can have these 6, we want to make them look really emotional, these 6 heads. The thing about Hydras is they're very cool, and if you play stuff like God of War, for example, then you have probably killed a lot of Hydras, but they don't have any personality. They're just some big old meanie snakes, maybe dragons, maybe snake dragon hybrid, your mother's dragon, father's very big snake, who knows? But now we are giving them personality, and this is what counts in these days. You need personality, you need some different kinds of emotions, different kinds of states that you want to express. You need to be expressive all around. And we are basically helping out here. We are taking this monster that is so expressionless, that is just a murderous bunch of heads that like to eat up adventurers and eat up bros possibly. And we want to replace them by somebody who doesn't eat bros. Somebody who only eats evil guys, only the bad guys, only the villains. Because PewDiePie would never eat bros. He would only, if he was a Hydra, he would never eat bros. He would only eat stuff like barrels, for example. Barrels will be eaten, and this is one of the barrel eating phase. To be precise, this is the second barrel eating phase, and we are going to make it look beautiful in the picture. And this is why we need to fiddle with the scaling. This is why we need to fiddle with our view, because as I said already, we need to zoom in a little bit. It is not enough to just scale up this picture. It is not enough to just click some triangle or some right hand stuff for selecting. We need to actually do the selecting zoomed in and with this proper scaling. And you see right here, I'm carefully going around and trying to get everything. You have to be careful. We don't want to cut off PewDiePie's ears. If you know one thing about PewDiePie, then he does not like his ears being cut off. And this is why we won't do it. We want to take the whole face. We want to take the nice beard. We want to take the ears, 2 ears, both ears, and we want to have this nice haircut, this nice PewDiePie haircut. And we should be ready right now to, yes, the upper part. We don't want to leave his brain. He needs his brain. And just think about it. After we're done with this picture, which we are going to show at the end in its full glory, we are going to get 6 PewDiePies. Of course, yes, it's only 1 PewDiePie, but in this Hydra fantasy, those are 6 PewDiePies. And we are going to place them in the 6 hats. And maybe Justin Bieber will join us, but I'm not that sure. I think the 6 PewDiePie faces that I have selected are quite nice. And we should also do something about blending these things in a little bit. But let's just, for now, close this thing off and take the next PewDiePie picture. And of course, we want to have the positions of the PewDiePie faces so that each of those faces is doing something that is at least kind of comparable to what is going on in this picture. We want to have this. This is just so priceless. This needs to go to a hungry head. This needs to go to a head of the Hydra that is thinking, oh, I want to eat some tasty, juicy adventurers. I want to eat some. And this PewDiePie face, I mean, I thought a little bit about it. Maybe I should cut out the butter, but the butter, it just makes this picture. Is it butter or is it something even more disgusting? I'm not quite sure. It might be cake, it might be pie, it might be PewDiePie. I'm not sure, but anyway, let's just fiddle around with the scaling a bit more and let's just make this face ready for transplantation, because this is what we're doing here. We are performing an operation. We are performing one of the most dangerous and most grand operations of all. It is dangerous because we are dealing with a huge live ancient Greek Hydra that is about to bite our head off. And it is grand because we are, again, photoshopping one of the great YouTubers out there. Let's just take his face, put it in a square, and put it in. And it should be just about, it's still a little bit big. We don't want to flood the whole image. We want to blend it in. This is why we will use some tools later to make the pictures blend in a little bit more. And yeah, we need to scale it and change the scaling a little bit. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to scale it until we find the right scale for Pew's head. We're doing some PewDiePie head shrinking right now. We are like the witch doctors for World of Warcraft. We collected some heads and we shrink them down. But of course, PewDiePie's head is not like a normal head. Normal heads, when you shrink them down, they get really ugly and they look really disgusting and you don't want to look at them. But if you take PewDiePie's face and shrink it down, it becomes even more fabulous. PewDiePie's face has a certain fabulous value, but if you reduce the size of PewDiePie's heads, the fabulous value does not decrease linearly, but it stays the same. It even gets intensified. Think about this. We are taking this picture, which is so fabulous, it is not even possible to imagine anything more fabulous, almost, until you see the next picture, of course. And we are going to concentrate its fabulousness, and we're going to take the picture, fabulousness and all, and transplant it into our Hydra. Just imagine for a second. Just imagine you were an adventurer. You were maybe Kratos from God of War, or you were like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, or somebody else, and you would venture into a cave, and it's dark and it's scary, and then you find this huge opening, this huge hollow, and you have all your magic and your sword and all your weapons ready with you. Maybe you are coming with a little group of adventurers, all of them eager to slay this evil monster, And then you find out it is not an evil monster. It is a huge six-headed PewDiePie. And you find out that this guy is not threatening the village. Of course, if you are a band of heroes, then it always works in this way that you are going to some kind of city or some kind of village, and the people there say, oh yeah, you're great heroes, we have this huge monster that is, oh, this looks so sexy, oh, this looks so sexy, I can't even hold on to myself, my nipples are exploding right now. But anyway, they say, oh, this huge monster is terrorizing us, and then you take your party, you take your thieves and your warriors, and you go into this cave and you find out this monster is not a hydra that we're fighting. The hydra is the good guy. This hydra is going to help us against the barrels. Because, look at this, we only have 3 heads right now, we need 6, and we're going to do a little bit of graphical changes right now, because we don't want to just lazily cut off some PewDiePie pictures and randomly paste them into a new picture. We want to take those PewDiePie faces and make them blend in. We want to use some simple techniques that we can rub over these heads, and we're going to wrap you, and we're going to make them blend in so that it looks a little bit nicer. Yes, don't know why my cursor is showing so weirdly right now. I can promise you it looks alright to me. But anyway, where was I going with this? Yes, you find out that this evil monster actually is not a hydra. The hydra is the good guy, the big PewDiePie hydra, and the big enemy is a huge barrel. And this barrel, and you just, let's say you're 6 guys, because 6 is the magic number when it comes to adventurers. You're 6 guys in this cave, and you're looking at this huge PewDiePie thing. The main head there in the middle is just chewing something, so you don't start talking to it right away. So you have some time to think, because you don't want to be impolite, and you think to yourself, oh my goodness, if this is the good guy, if this PewDiePie Hydra is our friend, because you see this is PewDiePie, he can't be our enemy. How bad, if this guy is our friend, how bad does the bad guy have to be? How bad does this have to be? And we see this 4th phase. The 4th phase is so amazing. It will blend in so nicely. I mean, come on, you have this huge bloodthirsty Hydra, and you have this pink PewDiePie face. What could go wrong? What could ever go wrong? I'm fabulous. You're saying it, PewDiePie. You're saying it. I'm fabulous. And this is the reason why I chose this one. My options were, of course, huge. I had so many there are so many nice PewDiePie pictures out there, but I only had 6 heads. So if you only had 6 heads, you only select the best of the best. It is like when you're going on a journey and you can only one of those Big Brother houses, for example. When you go into a Big Brother house or any other of those in others quote-unquote reality shows, you can only have 6 items that you take with you. If you can only take 6 items with you, I'm not sure if it's 6 for Big Brother or 6 was from another show, but it doesn't matter. If you can only take 6 items, you will take the best, and the most valuable items to yourself that you can. You will take something that you would never ever want to lose, even if you would have to lose everything else. So I took this picture. It's a little bit small this way, but I'm pretty sure this needs to go. I was tinkering with the idea of putting it back in the background more, in one of the heads that is more in the back, but I'm sure this picture is just so fabulous, it needs to go to the front. I think it would be a crime not putting this picture in the front. This picture is just so amazing. But the real great thing is you think about all the pinkness and you think about the crown. The crown we will of course take. The pinkness we might have to cut out because it does not fit into the frame of the picture. But the really great thing again is the facial expression. PewDiePie is a master of facial expressions. He is the Jim Carrey of YouTube. He has mastered the ability of stretching his face into ever more fabulous forms. Remember, I didn't say weird, I didn't say, although this is maybe a tiny bit weird. I don't want to be a flamer or a hater, but this might be a tiny bit weird. But no harm done. He's stretching his face into ever more fabulous positions. And this is why we owe it to him to do our best right now, to take his face, to concentrate through scaling down this picture into even more fabulous form and putting this onto the Hydra and increasing the fabulous rating of this Hydra from something like 0.005 to 150%. Yes, to 150% of 100%. This means that just by copying this picture, we are breaking the laws of nature, we are breaking the rules of mathematics. But who needs the rules of mathematics when you have this smile? Just look at these teeth. These teeth are enough to make any woman fall down unconscious. I'm sure if PewDiePie wants to go outside, he actually needs to either keep his mouth closed or keep some form of protectant above his mouth, because his smile is enough to turn everybody into an unconscious person. And the earrings here are what make our second place. First place is the amazing smile, second place are the earrings, and third place is the crown. The crown is actually very, very, very fitting for this thing, because remember the story I've been telling you now. You are the leader of this adventurer group. You are maybe this wizard with all his with his wizard stuff and his wizard's head, and you are leading this group of warriors into this cage. And of course you have one bard who's quite useless, but you always have one useless bard. But anyway, put that aside. This crown fits very well because it makes sense. Why don't hydras, I almost said hydralisk, but this is not, remember, Robin, this is not StarCraft, this is Greek mythology, or rather this is God of War, maybe, but this hydra is not from God of War, so anyway, it doesn't matter. So this crown fits so well because it just makes the hydra more fabulous. Why aren't more hydras switching over to crowns? They have all kinds of stuff. They have green scales, they have these weird eyes, they have these huge jaws. I was thinking about actually editing PewDiePie's face so that it has these huge hydra jaws, but this wouldn't make any sense. This would ruin the fabulousness, and this is the last thing we do. Again, this looks a bit weird to me, the way the mouse moves, but it should be alright. We should be able to do it. And yes, we got it at long last. After so much work, we got the face. Don't worry if you can't see the lower part. I will show you at the end of this video. I will show you the whole uncropped, the whole complete image at the end. But right now, this just fits fabulously. We just need 2 more faces, and this PewDiePie Hydra is done. Maybe we put this 5th one in the front. We have to look, but this is just freaking amazing. We just use this tool to make this blend in a little bit more, because we want the PewDiePie face to blend on real nice. And I like the crown, but I'm still really fascinated by this thing. What is in his mouth? Any of you know, please make a comment and remind me of what is in his mouth right there, because I'd like to know. I'd like to know what kind of picture I edited here, and I just hope it's butter. Okay? I'm not sure. There can be different things. It could be something different for his middle face, but I'm just hoping it is butter. I'm hoping that it is not something even more disgusting. And believe me, I have been to a university. I have done bets. I have seen people eat some disgusting stuff. I have really participated in bets where people eat the most disgusting stuff that would make usual people die. And yeah, it's really disgusting. But this picture is everything else but disgusting. This picture is the opposite of disgusting. This picture is just dope. This picture is just the dopiest dope ever. And if you ever need a picture that just says dope overload, it is just ideal. This picture is just ideal. And I think it really rounds off the character of this Hydra. It really gives this huge 6-headed Hydra more diverse range of characters, because we already have the normal staring kind of PewDiePie, we have the hungry kind of PewDiePie, we have the extremely overly fabulous PewDiePie, and now we get the dopey one. We got the dopey one because just imagine these 6 heads of these big Hydra to be a reflection of your everyday life group. You have 6 people, and one of them will be the dopey one. Just imagine you would go over the street and you would gather 6 people. Just gather 6 people, just do it intuitively, and you would get some of them who are more fabulous and some of them who are also fabulous. Don't get me wrong, this picture is of course also fabulous, but this picture, when contrasted to the picture before this, is actually more on the dopey side. So we're gonna take very great care to cut it out. And again, my mouse is doing weird things, but I hope it will be alright. I hope the video capturing software is not screwing my mouse cursor up completely, because this would make me really angry, and find the guy who programmed this stuff and knock him out. But no, that's just a joke. But to be honest, we need those headphones. I was again tinkering with an idea, and not with a good idea. I wanted to cut out the headphones first, but this is a no dice thing. We cannot take away the headphones from PewDiePie. This is just not happening. We need the whole thing. We need the whole package. And if you ask me, PewDiePie and his headphones, it's a whole package, and just taking the headphones out, it's not the same. Okay, so let's go back to the Hydra. Let's add it in. And yes, this is so nice. This is just the whiteness. I love the whiteness. I love the contrast. You have some very dark faces or some very red faces, and you have this white one. It is like part of the Hydra is having a boner. All the blood is going there, and the other parts are totally high as a kite. You know the saying, high as a kite. And this PewDiePie picture, I'm not saying that PewDiePie did drugs. I'm not saying he ever does drugs. This has nothing to do with drugs. This is just high on life, if you know what I mean. This is a high on life picture, and this Hydra head is getting it. This Hydra head is getting the high on life because it's the perfect angle. This is really perfect. We will use a tool to make it blend in a little bit more. Maybe in the future we'll improve this picture even more with some different shading and changing the light a little bit. But for now I want to keep the whiteness, because the whiteness is just, it says PewDiePie has it all. He has the darker ones, he has the red ones, but he also has the really white dopey situations. And again, I'm talking about high on life, the only legal way to get high, or high on PewDiePie, which is also legal, totally legal of course. But it might raise your fabulous level to dangerous heights, so you might want to drink some water before, or eat some of that stuff that the middle PewDiePie is eating, which I again hope is butter, or hope is something delicious, and is not something of the sort that I saw people in my university at these frat parties chuck down. Because man, it is nice if you have fun, it is nice if you do some bets, but if you lose a bet and you actually said that you would eat something of the sort that I've seen, it's just disgusting. It makes eating insects look irrelevant. So this picture, it's the final blow. This is the final countdown for the final PewDiePie picture. This picture I just couldn't pass up. It is the original poster who posted this picture said "ew" or said something negative, but I think this picture is just 100% nice. It shows that yes, you can be famous, you can be a great YouTuber, and still have some fun with touching your nose. And I confess, I am also a person who can touch his nose with his tongue. And I have to tell you, some people they just don't know. There are really people out there who don't believe that for human beings it is possible to touch their nose with their tongue. It is really weird, and I can do it, and I even have some very long frontal teeth. Some people call them bunny teeth, but I just call them long teeth in the front. And because I'm not Bugs Bunny, don't spread any rumors. And is this too big, or is this the right size? Oh, we're going to tinker with it a little bit more, but we're going to place this one, and we are going to make it blend in, and then in the end we will show you the finished product. It will be so great. Yes. And we are going to finish this one right here, and let's put the scaling down a little bit more, and we are having this one. Just put it right here with it. Take this PewDiePie face, and yes, this is perfect. Yes, we got it right in there. And yeah, now we have to make it blend in. Yeah, this is the orgasm phase. Yes, this is the final thing. And we are going to cut it out. The scaling should be done right now. And yes, this is really the way we should do it. I don't understand any people who hate on this. And we have to cut this one here a little bit. Again, my mouse is doing some weird things. Maybe GIMP is doing some weird things. Maybe my recording software is doing some weird things. But I really sincerely hope that you can see the glory that is going on. See the way we are cutting off PewDiePie's head. This is one of the only ways of cutting down PewDiePie's head without getting arrested. Not that I want to do that because I'm not a PewDiePie hater. I'm actually a bro. I'm actually subscribed. And I just want to do a little bit of nice fan fiction here. Just cut out this part. Don't forget the hair. The hair is actually, if you take PewDiePie's head, you cannot go without the hair. Yes, this is nice. We are now going to take this tool and make it blend in a little bit better so that it's not too jarring, that the edges here are not too jarring, and we are just about finished and about to see the whole finished product. It is such a nice thing. I don't know. I probably will take this as my desktop background right away, and I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want it. So if you want to take this as your background, just message me. This is one of the greatest pictures that I've ever done. It's so fabulous. It is 6 times the fabulous. And here we have it. The dope one, the fabulous one, the hungry one, the funny one, the scared one, and the really, really scared ones. You know what the scared one and the really scared one is. So I hope you enjoyed this stuff. And I hope we will meet each other next time. So have fun. And I see you guys in the next video. Ciao.